Dr. Michael Bookhardt. Come join us at our newest clinic location at Good Faith Wellness Center. We provide compassionate health care for your entire family, from virtual visits to office appointments. We're committed to providing the best care. We accept all insurances, and we provide monthly wellness plans. Let's start your family journey to a healthier, happier life. Schedule your appointment today, and remember, true wealth begins with good health. All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Telehealth Tuesday, your go-to podcast for insights on modern healthcare and wellness solutions. I'm Dr. Michael Bookhardt, and today we have a special episode lined up for you. Now, before I tell you all about my next guest, I want to take a moment to thank our sponsors for tonight's episode. Graphics R. Chase, P5 Solutions, and of course, A Dynasty. I also want to let you know that Telehealth Tuesday can be viewed on multiple platforms, including our YouTube channel, which is Dr. B TV. That's the word Dr. DOCTOR. The letter B is in boy, TV. That's on YouTube. And also our Good Faith Wellness Center pages on Instagram and also Facebook. Please follow, like, share, and subscribe to help support our amazing program. And now, without further ado, let me give you just a little bit of background information on today's amazing guest, Dr. Kiera Emery. Today, we're excited to introduce Dr. Kiera Emery, a U.S. Navy veteran and also an accomplished pharmacist and business leader with a unique combination of clinical and business expertise. Dr. Emery holds a doctorate of pharmacy, a PharmD degree, and also an MBA, which she's leveraged to navigate the complex pharmaceutical landscape. As the founder of Emery Solutions and Medicap Pharmacy and Compounding, she's built a reputation for patient-centered care and cutting-edge compounding services, gaining respect from both patients and healthcare professionals. As a veteran and minority business owner, Dr. Emery is committed to inclusivity, ensuring that all patients feel seen and valued. Now she's leading Emery Solutions expansion with an upcoming program focused on weight loss, sexual health, and chronic disease management. And this is set to improve access to critical health services nationwide. Join us as we explore Dr. Emery's journey and her vision for the future of telehealth. And this is an episode, obviously, you don't want to miss. So without further ado, welcome Dr. Kiera Emery. I think your camera might be off, Dr. Emery. I can see you on the preview. I can see you on the preview. Let's see. And also, by the way, you all will notice the pink ribbons there. We are certainly this month and always, not even just the month of October, but we are especially highlighting Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And shout out to all the wonderful breast cancer survivors out there in this wonderful state of Mississippi and also worldwide. Let's see. I can hear you, Dr. Emery, and I see you on my preview page. But let's see. Uh, let's see. Hold on 1 second here. I think is your camera, is it turned on your end? Is it that's strange. Huh. Maybe maybe you can go out and come back in. We can try that. All right, we'll try that. All right. While we're waiting, I want you all to know that this is obviously a live program. Okay, we got some comments already. This is a live program, so obviously, and then this is Dr. Emery's first time on our platform. If any of you follow her, you'll see that she's certainly not a novice to TV land, and she is okay. Here we go. Let's see. Okay, let's try that. Gotcha. Okay. I was just telling them that. Let me. I was trying to see if there was anything I could do to assist on my end, but I don't. No, because we only can. We can mute and do some other things, but in terms of the camera, uh, we can't do that. Let's see. We've got some comments, a couple of comments there. Good evening. Well, we see one of our top contributors there, Miss Donna Owens. Good evening to you as well. And of course, we see my good friend, Lexus Bailey now. I want to keep saying Granger, but I forget that you mad now. you, you Alexis, so you are Alexis Bailey. Okay, let's see here. I see some. Yeah, there's an echo there. Let me. Yeah, that's hold on just one second. Yeah, I see you. Yeah, because I can see you on both actually. Um, let's see. So you can see the comments as well. Oh, oh, Lord, I guess my dog is trying to get in Health Tuesday here. Oh Lord, the dog is okay. All right, the dog is trying to get in. Good folks. Okay, All right. Let's see. Hold on one second. Let me check with our producer here and see what could be going on. One second here. I'm going to switch us to the countdown screen for just a second, okay? And we're going to work on that. And we'll be right back, good people. We'll be right back.
I cannot hear you now. Dr. Bookhardt, you are on mute.
All right. I don't know what happened there. We've been rolling for several episodes, so maybe just a little glitch here in TV land, as we say. But hopefully, you all can come on back in. I know we had a few comments already, and thank you to those that are still here with us. Again, this is just a little glitch that happens with live TV. But we are so thankful to have Dr. Emery back with us. I think we are
Thank
making sure
you.
you can. Can you hear me there, Dr. Emery?
I can. Thank you for having me.
Wonderful, wonderful. I wonder if I need to do your bio and stuff again.
No, no. I think we heard enough
The
about me.
I heard enough about you. All right, so good evening, everyone who is just tuning in. We were giving you all this amazing information about Dr. Emery and all the wonderful things she's doing. Has a PharmD, has an MBA, and is a U.S. Navy veteran. So that's basically, in a nutshell, since we're running a little behind, I'm going to get right to it. Dr. Emery, thank you so much for joining us on Telehealth Tuesday.
Thank
All
you.
right. So let's get right into these questions. Yeah, thank you. Let me go back to the comments. All right. Okay, that's enough. Now sit down. My dog is getting anxious there.
What kind of dog
She
is it?
wants to be on TV. It's a pit bull mix. We were saying
Oh,
good evening to Donna. Yeah, good evening, Donna. Good evening, Alexis. I want to keep saying Granger, but it's Alexis Bailey. Okay, sit. Okay. All right. So let's get right to some of the questions here. Dr. Emery, so tell us what inspired you to start creating your own formulations, to address a variety of chronic illnesses from diabetes to hypertension and even more complex cases like morbid obesity.
yeah, great question. So I was actually prompted to do this because of my husband. He was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes at a young age, in his early 30s, and he was put on metformin, which is pretty standard for people. And he was hit with all kinds of crappy symptoms: no energy, low libido. He didn't want to work out. He didn't want to do anything. And I figured it was drug induced nutrient depletion based on all the symptoms he was having. So we started looking for supplements that were on the market, and I couldn't find anything that really had all the ingredients that I would have recommended. So we decided to, not we, I decided to make my own. And I started off with my blood sugar support, which I don't know if y'all see my little lineup back there, but I started off with my blood sugar support, and a lot of my patients at my pharmacy loved it. And so I decided to just go ahead and roll out my blood pressure support and hormone support. The reason being, I own a compounding pharmacy out
Hmm.
in Charlotte. And so the main medications that we do are blood pressure, diabetes, and a lot of hormone medications. So I figured those are the patients I could help right now. And we've recently expanded into ashwagandha based on a poll from my patients and my clients. And that was really the hottest thing that they wanted. So I made that for them.
Yeah, so tell us about that. With your husband being diagnosed with diabetes. Now, was he ever on actual insulin or just
No,
the pills?
just the pills. And actually,
Pill.
funny story, after 2 months of being on my blood sugar support, now I never advocate for people to go off of their medications. I just want to make that clear. This is really to help
Hmm.
offset any side effects people experience. However, I do have quite a bit of patients that are able to come off of their medications because they're getting healthier, taking their supplements, they're feeling more energy, they're going out, they're working out, they're eating healthier. So they're able to actually come off of as many medications as they're on. He was on metformin. Luckily, he was able to actually come off of his medication. He ended up going keto, kept doing the supplement, and now he's not on any medications. And I hear that time and time again, but a lot of people confuse my products with some miracle drug. And I'm like, that's not at all what I'm telling y'all that it is.
But that's absolutely amazing. So with a combination of keto and also on your diabetes support, vitamins and medicine that you created, Emery Solutions actually created the combination of that keto and a God-fearing wife has gotten him off of metformin in these drugs. Is that correct, Dr. Emery?
That is correct. That is correct. Metformin, I actually love metformin as a drug. I know everyone hates it, but
Right.
I think it does a really good job, but I know the side effects are crap.
Yeah. Literally, no,
Yeah,
no pun intended.
literally.
Um, yeah, for those of you that are in the medical field. I guess that's a little bit of nerd humor because metformin has a lot of GI side effects, and so one of the number one things is, especially in my practice, our patients, they will complain of diarrhea, soft stool and things like that, and they'll stop taking it just
Hmm.
because of that. So anyway, hopefully somebody found that funny. Um, so when, when approaching patients with complex health issues like these, like diabetes, morbid obesity, uh, what considerations would you say that kind of guide you during the process when you're trying to create custom formulations for your patients?
So, good question. I really like to look at everything from a holistic point of view. So, I like to find out from them, number one, what is your day to day like? If they are willing to, I ask for a food journal for at least a week for them to write down everything they're doing. I need them to take depending on what they have going on. They have their blood sugar. I need them to take their A1C several times, or not A1C, their blood sugar levels a couple times a week, blood pressure
Hmm.
several times a day, just so we have a good baseline. What I find is a lot of
Hmm.
people don't realize like what exactly they're eating because they'll say like, "Oh, I have such a good diet," but then when they start writing it all down, they realize, "Oh, I snack a lot," or, um,
Hmm.
you know, I eat kind of like crap. No wonder, I am the way I am today. So
Right.
that's my first step is really trying to take a step back and how are you eating? How are you sleeping? Are you exercising at all? Life's busy. Me personally, it's hard it's hard. I have two little kids. I own two businesses. I get it. It is hard out there. Um, but we always, and I think in our heads we do better than we're actually out there doing. We're eating better. We're getting more exercise in. We're walking more than we're actually doing. So I really try to get people to write all this stuff down and really give me a good overall representation of what they're actually doing. That way we can get
Hmm.
started. I hope that answered that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So those are the things, but and those are the things that you do to consider, the things that you consider when trying to create custom formulations and plans for your patient. By the way, now look, everybody wants to know. You knew it was going to come up, Dr. Emery, that we were going to have to talk about the elephant in the room, which is the big O, and that is Ozempic. Um,
Oh,
you know, exactly. And so, what I'm wondering is, with the rise of newer medications such as Ozempic and Mounjaro for diabetes and obesity, how do you, in your practice, determine when to recommend these established options versus one of the custom formations? Albeit your medications, the things that you have come up with, or different treatment plans versus when they come to pharmacies or when they come to your personal practice and they're like, hey, I want Ozempic, so.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So I'm actually going to turn this over to my compounding pharmacy because we right
Oh.
now we do a lot of the compounded version of the Ozempic, the semaglutide, which is the actual generic form of it. Uh,
Mhm.
how I determine if people are going to get that, honestly, is based on insurance. Insurance, this is, in my opinion, and I actually want to hear your opinion too. For me, this is a wonder drug. That whole GLP-1 class, that they're wonder drugs. They're coming out with
Mhm.
research every day on new indications for them, how good they are for people. Insurance does not like to pay for them, unfortunately.
Mm-mm.
So no, yeah, you're right.
No,
No, they don't.
no, it does
Which is
not.
insane. And so it has opened the door for compounding pharmacies like mine to be able to create them using the exact same products that, Wegovy, Ozempic, Mounjaro that they use. We just take the salt or not the salt, the base form of that drug and put it in the suspension, and we're able to give it to people just like that. So, and we're able to save them a
Wow.
lot of money. The brand name is going to cost people, upwards of $1,000. If you go to a compounding pharmacy, you can get that between $200 to $300 per month. Same exact thing.
Real. Did
Hmm.
y'all wait a minute now? Let me check the comment box for that. I want to make sure. I see Alexis is still out there. We see Donna's there. Listen, folks, if you guys are still there on here right now, did you all just hear that? Dr. Emery just said, because like you said, I know it's very cost prohibitive, for patients, $1,000 a month. The best that I've seen is $500 a month, and
Really?
that's with on a wing and a prayer and a coupon. Um,
I
so, so two to $300, I'm gonna sign myself up. I'm just saying, So,
Honestly, I don't
uh,
even blame you.
yeah,
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 no.
that is amazing. That's amazing.
Explain
What?
what a compounding pharmacy is. I don't know if we
Okay,
saw
yeah,
that
I was just
comment.
gonna. Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, so yeah, when you say compound pharmacy, and you're using, the generic, that's exactly what I was gonna ask. Thank you for that, Raylan's Universe. What does that mean? Like, if they come to you, uh, are you simply prescribing the generic, or is it your methodology, the way that you do it and prepare it, that get that the reason that it's going to be so much more affordable for patients?
Great question. And honestly, I always forget that compounding pharmacies are not as common as retail. So not everybody knows what exactly it is we do. So to answer y'all's questions, yes, it does require a prescription, and just like any other medication. So the thing is, we work with your physicians. Let me give you an example. For a while, we were doing compounded semaglutide, but it was the oral form, so people would take it under the tongue. Semaglutide is the generic name for Ozempic slash Wegovy, those types of drugs. So we compounded it into a suspension, and basically, instead of injecting yourself once a week, you would put it under the tongue every day, and you would leave it there, and it would absorb mucosally. So we would work with the physician's office. They would send it over to us just like any other script, and they would tell us it's okay to compound it. And then from there, we just monitor patients over the week, see how their weight loss journey is going. What I found with the oral is you need really high strengths of it to get the same effect as the injection, because obviously it's not going through the bloodstream. And even though it's absorbing submucosally, I think the absorption rate was about 17% compared with 100% going directly into the bloodstream. So
Hmm.
that's why
Right.
we stopped doing that in my practice. But I, I hope I answered that question right. I'm very long winded.
No. Hey, nothing, no problem at all. No problem at all. We get paid by the hour. Okay. Uh, so that's okay. But I even I find that fascinating, personally, just personally and also professionally, to hear this. And even, I know that we don't talk about the oral forms of this at all. And like you said, the bioavailability and all that that first pass metabolism and all those things. Um,
Yep.
I find that very interesting, because we certainly don't focus. They come into the clinic and they say, "Doc, I need the shot. Give me the shot. I don't care what it costs." And so I think everybody needs to know that you do have other options there. And, of course, before we end, we always give our distinguished guests the ability to tell everybody, where they can be found on social media, and if you have an online website and all that. So, people need to hear this. So I'm gonna make sure to put that out there, guys. We're gonna do a follow up, probably in a day or two. Gonna say, hey, in case you missed it, and so we'll do that to make sure they know. Any other questions out there before we go back with our questions from the show? I think we and you explained what a compounding pharmacy, so we
I was
got
going to
those
say, did
done.
I explain that well enough? Raylan's
All right.
Universe, do you have any other questions about that? Feel free to ask me.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll move on with some more here until they start pouring in again. Um, how could you? I tell you what, Dr. Emery, let's move a little bit to this. Would you mind sharing a success story where a patient with chronic illness such as hypertension or obesity experienced transformative results with one of your formulations? Well, you know what? And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and exact. You can still answer it if you have another one, but you did tell us about your husband coming off. I think that's probably gonna be the greatest of your stories probably. But if you have another one, you can share. Otherwise, I see that we have another question come in. But would you like to share another success story with us?
Actually, yes, my first patient ever, who got me into the diabetes world, and her name was Evelyn, and I think about her often because she was amazing. She
Wow,
came to me, and her A1C was, I think, 13 points. It was high. It was really high. Her blood sugar readings were
13.
so high. Yeah, it was ridiculous. She couldn't see. Um, I mean, she had a lot of issues. Her blood sugar readings, they didn't actually read on the measuring device, and she didn't trust healthcare professionals at all. It took a lot of coaching to get her to understand. I had to be really candid with her about what was happening to her. And if she didn't change her ways right then and there, like, either work with me or you're going to die. Unfortunately, you're going to lose limbs
That's it.
and
That's
you're
it.
going to die. And that was actually during my residency, and they got really mad at me for telling her that. But I saved her life because she and I worked together over my entire residency time. But within 6 months, I had worked to get her. She was low income. She was living with her sister. I worked to get her free glasses with different communities around Charlotte because that's where we were located out of. Got her free glasses. Got her free doctor's appointments. Um, I got her a free blood pressure. Geez, sorry, blood sugar machine. Showed her how to use it. Had her checking her levels all the time. I think by the time I was done, she was. It's been years since I've done this. I think she was down to 7 something percent, so a significant difference.
That is
She still
amazing.
had, yeah, she still had bad eyes, but at least her glasses were helping her. She actually had switched to a vegetarian diet, which I thought was amazing. Um, I
Really?
remember, I remember she came in and she hugged me and she cried and I cried. And honestly, she inspired me so much. And when I left that residency, she didn't actually want to go to the person that came after me. She did not want to lose contact. I took down her number, but we never kept up with each other. Um, but honestly, I want to reach back out to her because she was, and it wasn't me that did this. She did this. She had the willpower, but I think she needed to hear something that not a lot of people are telling them. You have to change. You're the only one that can do it for yourself. But she was amazing. And this was before I did my supplements, but I think that she's just a strong story, period. So, Evelyn, if you're out there, I miss you and I hope you're doing well.
And where does Evelyn live? Is she out there with you?
Charlotte.
Tell us where you
Hmm.
are right now. Where
So, I'm right outside of Charlotte. I'm in Concord. But yeah, Miss Evelyn is in Charlotte and she's fantastic.
that is absolutely amazing. And you said that when she came in, her A1C was around 13, and
Oh, yeah, it
um,
was
you know,
high.
for for those of you that don't know, and I have a story. Unfortunately, mine is this. It would have been a sad story because this patient did pass away, but that's why, Dr. Emery, I'm so passionate, just as you are about this. And of course, we want to do right by all people, but especially in our community. We are coming to you live from Mississippi, broadcasting from Jackson, Mississippi, where unfortunately, this is in the top categories for all the bad stuff. And diabetes, hypertension, all
Hmm.
that kind of stuff. And super morbid obesity. And so, if you guys don't know, diabetes is diagnosed with an A1C of 6.5 or greater. And you just heard this story where the patient, Evelyn, had an A1C of 13, over 13. And so, a
Hmm.
lot of people just they don't come off insulin, they don't come back from that. They end up going blind. They end
Yep.
up having impotence for all the men that are listening, because the only thing we seem to hear is when the doctor talks about our penis. And so, with men not being able to control and utilize that because of diabetes, not being able to see, going on dialysis. So look, I'm just like you, Dr. Emery. We got to give it to them straight. And sometimes it takes that to let the patients know we love them and we want them to do better. Um, all
Absolutely,
right.
absolutely.
Let's
And the proactive
absolutely. Yeah.
approach rather than putting the
That's
Band-Aid
right.
on at the end of it is the big thing
That's
that I'm
right.
a proponent of.
We got another question came in. How does the blood pressure medicine work? I'm guessing that this person is asking about your formulation. How does that work?
Gotcha.
Because if I'm already on blood pressure medicine, how would I switch to yours?
Thank you for your question. And I want to be clear. My supplement, my supplement is not a replacement for any medication. This is meant to complement your medication regimen. Now, if you plan to get off of your medications down the road, what I recommend for people is to take this, check your blood pressure every day, talk to your doctor the entire time because you cannot just come off of your medication. It's not that easy. Make sure that you're logging your blood pressure levels so that when you go to your doctor, you actually have results for them to see. Like, look, it's been steady, it's been decreasing. Can we maybe come off of one medication? Can we come off of two, depending on how many you're on? Um,
Hmm.
what my formulation was meant to do was really help replenish those nutrients that are being lost. Um, for example, a lot of people experience swelling in their ankle. That's one of the biggest things that this has helped with. A lot of people experience swelling in their lower extremities. This has potassium, magnesium. It helps regulate those fluid levels. So instead of getting put on furosemide or another diuretic down the road, you just needed a little bit of this, and bam, now you don't need another medication that's going to cause additional side effects. So again, trying that proactive approach rather than you know, a band-aid, if that makes sense.
Mm. Can you, Doc? Can you put that? Can you kind of zoom in, put it close to the camera so everybody out there can y'all see that? Y'all
I
see
hope
it?
so.
Emery Solutions. These are real products. Look, and we discussed this some months ago. It might have even been almost last year when I first kind of met you and through social media. That when I got into my personal clinic at Good Faith Wellness Center, we've been carrying certain products, and one of my partners who's a chiropractor. And so, we certainly believe in this. We certainly believe in compounding and naturopathic remedies. And so we
I
talked
love
about it,
that.
and then I think life got in the way. We get so busy. But look,
Oh
especially
yeah.
after this, I know they're going to be coming to you, coming to your website, looking for this. And the people that are here in Mississippi, you and I need to talk offline about what we need to do because we got to get Emery Solutions products at Good Faith Wellness Center, and we need to do it today.
I love that. I love that. That actually leads me to well, I'm not going to jump in with my answers beforehand, but that kind of reminded me of like what we're doing next with my company. But I'll
Well,
wait.
look, we yeah, we'll definitely, because I got a part at the end of it where I'll say, hey, what are you doing next? So please table that, but keep it right there, right on the table. Um, so let's see. Let's talk about, are there any, particularly surprising ingredients or things that I lost my. Oh, are there any surprising ingredients that you use for patients with inflammatory conditions, or anything, or for enhancing metabolic health and obesity? So, are there any, certain types of ingredients or minerals or anything that people need to know about to assist with that, or?
I'd say the B vitamins are amazing for helping with weight loss and energy. It's not the only thing, obviously, but my
Mhm.
ingredients are honestly very clean. Um, Typical ingredients: vitamin D3, magnesium glycinate. I'm very particular about the types of ingredients I put in. For example, a lot of supplements you'll see magnesium oxide. The reason they put that in there is because it's a cheaper form of magnesium, and
Mm,
you only need one. But that's what's going to cause that the GI issues, and it's less absorbable. Magnesium glycinate, I'm sure you already know because you're into the homeopathic space. But for those of you who
mhm.
don't know, magnesium glycinate, you need more capsules of it, unfortunately, but it is more bioavailable, so you're going to feel the effects a lot better. I have zinc in there, I have potassium, and I think I already said vitamin D3, but that's
Mhm.
just my blood pressure support. And these are anyone can look up any of these ingredients and see like what drug induced nutrient depletion is doing with certain medications. The blood pressure medications, those were the most common things that were being taken away. So unfortunately, I don't have any crazy ingredients in my stuff.
Yeah.
Just really, really studied ingredients is what I have in mind.
Well, that is definitely the key, especially in our fields. We are all about evidence-based medicine, and
Yes.
so it's that's wonderful to know. We see that you are obviously following that and following the treatment guidelines and how you approach things. We got another question here. Um, oh, this is excellent. With the nutrition deficits with children now linking to ADHD and autism, do you plan on making any supplements for this? I want to read that again. I want to read that again because
That's a
this is a,
fantastic
I know you
question.
probably familiar. This is such a huge topic, especially in family medicine with these vaccines and all that kind of stuff. Parents are saying, I don't want the vaccine. And of course, the schools, they require that if your child's going to be in traditional grade school,
Hmm.
traditional public school, they are required to be fully vaccinated. And so the question again is with the nutritional deficits with children and now linking to ADHD and autism, do you, with Emery Solution, your company, plan on making any supplements for this?
That is a fantastic question. And honestly, that has not been on my radar at all. But that's not to say that it won't be down the road. Just right now, that's not something that we focused on. Children, my specialties are more chronic disease states with adults. Um, but I think that that is a fantastic road to go down. And I think that is an amazing question, honestly. I don't think enough of us think about that, to be honest.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. How would you say what would you say is one of the biggest misconceptions that patients have about managing chronic illnesses, such as diabetes, hypertension, uh, obesity? One of the biggest misconceptions that patients have when it comes to treating these things with medications.
That there's a magic pill out there that's going to fix everything, that's going to cure them.
Mm, mm,
I can tell by
mm.
your answer. You're already like, man, don't get me started. Yeah, that's, I think that's the
Yeah.
biggest misconception. No, go ahead. I want you to speak on that one, please.
Oh, the misconception. Well,
Hmm.
let me adjust my seat. Um, Look, like you guys heard it first. There is no magic pill that is certainly just going to wipe everything away and erase all our sins. You got to think about it. When people come to providers, that can be your doctor, your nurse practitioner, a PA, or your PharmD, your pharmacist. When they come to providers and they say, Doc, all I know is I need you to help me. Take this away. Make me skinny again. And they start showing you pictures of from college and all this kind of stuff. You say, look, if you're 40, 50 years old, that means you were in college 30 years ago. So that means that over 30 years, you've been putting on all this weight, doing the wrong stuff, smoking, drinking, cussing, and playing cards, whatever it is. And so you got to think about it. It's going to take so much time, sometimes in some cases, almost the same amount of time to reverse this. Hopefully not. And so we have to be realistic. And so, there's no substitute for hard work, going to the gym, changing your diet. You spoke about keto earlier. And so it's just like when people come in, they want Ozempic. People want to go to a plastic surgeon. They want a BBL. They want liposuction. They want a breast lift. All of those things are great. And you can go to the best plastic surgeon on earth. But if you don't do what you need to do post-operatively, meaning after the operation, if you don't do your part, it's going to come right on back. And a lot of times it comes back in strange areas. So anyway,
No,
that's my thing. That's my take on
thousand,
it.
a thousand percent agree with you. And
Yeah,
what's funny
absolutely.
is this is not, we're not telling y'all something that y'all don't already know. You know this information. If someone out there is selling you a
Mhm.
magic pill, they're lying to you. It doesn't
That's right.
exist. It does not exist.
That's right. I got some snake oil in my bag to sell you if you believe that. Um, are you? We've got another question. Are your hormonal supplements gender specific?
Nope. But I will say women would probably benefit from it a little bit more than men. Men can benefit from the zinc in my supplement because that helps boost testosterone. But the estrogen therapies, progesterone therapies like that, they deplete a lot of the B vitamins. And so my supplements really replenish those. And then it makes women feel, when they're going through menopause, they feel anxious, can't sleep. A lot of my vitamins in there really kind of cater to that, but men take it as well.
That is, listen, ladies and gentlemen, are you all hearing this? Are you hearing this? I want you to put the camera on me. I'm pretending like we got the camera zooming in and stuff. This camera, put the camera on me. Are you all hearing this? She has just told us this is helping to boost testosterone, right, with men. And the ladies, did you all hear that? Postmenopausal. She talked about the B vitamins, your hormones. She has the hormone therapy. You can get that. Emery Solutions. You can get that right there. She's going to tell you at the end of the program where you can get this. And look, and we are going to go back and discuss our initial deal that we can help you provide that here in Mississippi. And we can be what will we be the first clinic to offer your products in-house?
No, we have several in the Charlotte area, in Concord area, but you'd be the first in
Oh,
Mississippi.
the first. Oh, there we go. The
Yay!
first in Mississippi. We might have to have a ribbon cutting or have some kind of buy one get one. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Yeah,
All right.
we'll make it
Listen, we
work.
got questions. We'd make it work. We got a few questions here. Chocolate Sunday. Now make sure I didn't miss. Okay, chocolate Sunday. If they are able, if they are able to come off their medication due to supplements, are the supplements required to be taken daily or just over a certain period of time?
That's a fantastic question, actually. You do not have to take my
Excellent.
supplements, but as long as you need to. The big thing for me is make sure that you're checking your levels. Make sure that you are in charge of your health. Oh, wow. Did y'all see the thumbs up I gave myself there? That was interesting.
Oh yeah, I see a
I'll do it
thumbs up
again.
there.
Oh.
That's awesome.
But if you
Yeah,
are checking
that's
your
amazing.
levels, you're right. You're checking your levels and you find that you don't need my supplement, stop taking it. We're here to help. So as long as it helps you, take it. Once it stops, stop taking it. I'm not a very good
You heard it
salesman.
first. Well, but that's honesty, and you can't recreate that. You know, honesty is hard to come by. In so many fields, and
I
especially ours.
agree.
So that's
I
genuine.
agree.
Yeah. Do the hormonal supplements help with the over 40 uh, weight gain? Speaking about those of us who work out and eat reasonably well. So do your hormonal supplements help, I guess, with the over 40 patient population? I think that's
Yeah,
what
metabolism starts slowing
Raven.
down and whatnot. I'm guessing is what they're referring
Mm.
to. And you feel sluggish, no energy. Um, Honestly, my blood pressure support, that's the one I get the most people telling me they lost weight. I think it's more because of that fluid regulation. The hormone support, people just tell me that they feel better while they're on it. Um, I need to start actually asking people what exactly do they mean by feeling better. I know a lot of people say they can't sleep without it. They feel crazy without it. But as far as weight loss, I the most the most I hear about that is with the blood pressure support 10 times over.
Hmm. Excellent questions, everybody. Please, look, keep them coming. Keep the
Please.
questions coming. Please do. We are truly enjoying this. So look, want to ask this: do you ever collaborate with other healthcare providers like endocrinologists, cardiologists, or dietitians? When treating the complex cases, or is your work has it been largely more independent?
That is a fantastic question. So far, because I specialize in just such a small niche area, I've been able to handle it. My residency really made it so that this was my niche. So far, I have not had to consult much. I did actually, you know what? Recently, I did have a hormonal consult with an endocrinologist. So never mind,
Hmm.
and that happened like 2 weeks ago. So every now and again, I
Oh,
do have that, just not often.
excellent. You know, now an interesting question here, very interesting question. Could you share a time when one of your formulations did not work as expected for a chronic condition, and how you modified it, to get a better result?
That's a good question. So, unfortunately, with these, I've already made them, and I made thousands, and the formulation's pretty stagnant. Um, I
Yeah.
will say the people that have not had benefits, typically it's people who tried it for a month, maybe even 3 weeks, and they don't want to take the amount of capsules that I have, and they're like, this didn't work for me. But nutrient replenishment can take between, I'd say, 30 days and up to 3 months. Again, these are things I'm sure you already know, so I don't want to sound like an echo chamber in there. But what for those of you out there who are listening, I will say I offer a 45-day money back guarantee. So if you do try this and after 30 days you're like, I don't want to continue, reach out to me. 45 days money back guarantee. I promise you it won't be hard. I see all the emails. So, and you can always call in. And if you have a hard time with somebody, say, I need to speak to Dr. Emery. And unfortunately, they will always give me the phone. So you can always talk to me. And I say
So,
unfortunately only because I get a lot of people that reach out to me directly. I need to set
yes.
boundaries.
Hey, you got to have them. You got to have boundaries. So
Man.
I want to go back to something you just said there.
Yeah.
You said you've got a 45-day money back guarantee. Is
Yes.
that right? Can you say that? Let's hit that point real quick. One more before we get to our last few questions. Tell us about that money back guarantee.
Yeah. So the reason I have a 45-day money back guarantee instead of a 30 days because I want people to genuinely try this for a full 30 days. I want them to give it the old college try. I want you to take all the capsules, split it up between your days, do it exactly how I told you, and try it. After a few weeks, let me know how it went for you. And I appreciate any feedback, good or bad, on how it went for you. Um, and yeah, if after within a 45-day period, if you reach out to us and you say, I want my money back, we'll ask you, hey, did you open the product? If the answer is no, we'll send you a return label. Hey, could you just give it back to us? If you did open it,
Hmm.
oh well, we just lost out. Luckily, we don't have a high return rate at all. So, but I think it gives people peace of mind knowing that if they need to, they can. And
Absolutely.
I stand behind my products 10 toes down every day.
Ten toes, 10 toes
10
down.
toes down.
All right, all right, all right. I can respect that.
Thank you.
So let's the question about telehealth for you. Has telehealth or telemedicine, has that helped you to expand your practice at all? Utilizing AI and all these things that are coming out now. But specifically, since this is Telehealth Tuesday, how has that impacted you, and has it helped you to expand your practice?
Fantastic question. So we are actually partnering with a local physician's office to create our telehealth platform. So we are heavy in the process. We're getting funding from angel investors, and the plan is to get this rolled out Q1 2025. It's basically going to be an arm of my company. So on the left hand side, we have our pharmacy. The middle, we have our supplement line, and on the right side, we have our telehealth solutions. So people come to my website and they can talk to my pharmacy. They can buy supplements. They can shop, and then they can go and see one of my providers. And in the beginning, we really want to just focus on sexual wellness, hormonal health because of our compounding pharmacy, and weight management. Um, but then
Mm.
probably Q2, we're going to be diving in, getting more providers into it, and getting more into chronic health and maybe pediatricians, things like that.
Hmm. That is fantastic. And what's the date for that you plan to start that?
So far, it's just Q1. We're still in the process of getting a lot of funding. We have a few
Okay.
investors on board, but we don't have everybody there yet. So it's a huge project.
I think we need to talk offline about this business venture and this opportunity as well, because that is absolutely amazing.
I
So
would love to.
I'm I'm in. We are
I would
in.
I would love that.
We've got a question right there. If somebody throws in one last question, we'll take it after the question I'm about to read to you. So we got one more question after this last one. So also with weight management, if someone takes the supplements and then becomes compliant with diet and exercise, would they need to stop the supplement once they reach their target goal, or is it okay for them to continue your supplements?
That's a fantastic question. I would say that's a good question. Definitely okay to continue it, but I don't want people to be on anything long term. So what I recommend is once you reach that goal, try going without it for a week or two. See how it does. If you don't need it, don't do it. If you find that you need it, go ahead and get back on it.
Well, that's all right there. That is amazing. And so looks like Raylan's Universe, they won the prize. It's the last question of the night. I know that we've got burning quick because I personally had about five more for you, and then I know that some of our people, I know we had a little delays there, and there's some question might have gotten trapped in social media universe. But Raylan's Universe says, "Do you have plans to sell over the counter?" So, do you have plans to, I guess, basically retail your formulations and sell them over the counter and pharmacies and different places like that?
Great question. So we currently already sell. We sell in my pharmacy. We sell in a couple of other pharmacies in the local area. I did consider going to the big box stores, Costco, Target, Walmart. The thing is that where we're currently trying to go with telehealth and in that space, it doesn't make sense right now to focus on the big box stores because that requires way more effort than I ever anticipated. And we sell really well
Mhm.
online. So right now that's just where we're focused.
Well, that's amazing. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have. But fortunately,
That went by fast.
Dr. Emery doesn't know this, but we're going to have her back. We're going to have Dr. Emery back again because this is fantastic information. I see we've had so much and such uh, great uh, audience participation. Okay, they said selling over the counter. I mean without yeah. They were just saying without a prescription. So
Yes. So
with
these
all
do
that,
not require, yeah, to clarify, these do not require a prescription at all. If you go to my compounding pharmacy and you want the compounded Ozempic, that requires a prescription. Sorry if I was not clear about that.
Okay, okay,
I hope that,
okay.
I
That
hope
and
that
that
helps.
is a great question. That's yeah. We appreciate. Thank you all for clarifying that. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and volunteer you to come on back on Telehealth Tuesday
Okay.
because yeah, and for anybody who's been here since right at 7, unfortunately we had a couple of just a couple of glitches there, and we started a little about 10, 11 minutes, but a little bit late, and that's okay. And so that means that you're just going to have to come on the next time to make sure you're front and center when we do bring Dr. Emery back. And, so I think that it's going to be amazing. I know we're going to have even more audience participation. So I want to go ahead and say this. We want to thank Emery Solutions, Dr. Kiera Emery, for coming on, sharing her amazing formulations, the things that she, as an African American woman, has been blessed to create in this day and age and this time, and something so appropriate with her compounding pharmacy. You heard it here, folks. $200 to $300. You can get it. She's going to tell you, we're going to give her the platform in just 30 seconds to tell you where you can get this Ozempic. She's got these formulations where if you can't afford the $1,000, which most people can, if you can't do the $500, she has a way to get it from her for $200 or $300. She also has a 45-day money back guarantee. You'll never find that anywhere else. So look, I want to just give you the floor, Dr. Emery. Tell us where you are, where we can find you, how people can order your products, and what you're working on next.
Oh, excellent. So to be clear, The supplements, these have a 45-day money-back guarantee. You can find them on emerysolutions.com. You can also find them on Amazon. And then with my compounding pharmacy, where you can get your medications, both retail and compounded prescriptions, so anything that needs to be made specifically for you. We are located in Concord, North Carolina. We're licensed in North Carolina as well as Florida currently. We're working on Georgia and South Carolina. So if you guys are located in any of those states, definitely reach out to us. And where we're going, we're headed towards telehealth and being a nationwide server of you all. So being able to get your compounded medications or your regular prescriptions, as well as your physician visit, all with one convenient subscription fee. That's where we're headed to. So stay with me, y'all. You'll see where I'm going next year.
We're going to stay with you, Dr. Emery. We are going to stay right with you. And thank you so much again for your time, Emery Solutions, everybody. Thank you all for watching Telehealth Tuesday. Next week, listen, every week we're going higher and higher, as we always say. And our guests have been amazing. Everybody from our state senators, from Dr. Emery here. But look, this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we are certainly focusing on that. And again, shout out to all the survivors there. Next week, you don't want to miss this. You do not. I know I say that all the time. You don't want to miss this because I've got a special guest. I've got a special guest named LaShondra, a good friend of mine. A lot of you all in the Jackson area know her. She works out. She can probably bench press more than all of us, and including the men. And she is an amazing person. She is a survivor, is a breast cancer survivor when everybody else counted her out. And she is going to be here live next week, Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, to tell her story. And we are going to have not one, not two, possibly 3 additional guests who will not be named yet that are going to come on and share their testimony as well. They call themselves Survivor Sisters. You don't want to miss Telehealth Tuesday, next Tuesday at 7 p.m. So be there. So, God willing, we'll see you then, always on a Tuesday. This is the place where we treat and discuss things to help us mind, body, and soul. And remember, true wealth begins with good health. See you next time. Hello, I'm Dr. Michael Bookhardt. Come join us at our newest clinic location at Good Faith Wellness Center. We provide compassionate health care for your entire family, from virtual visits to office appointments. We're committed to providing the best care. We accept all insurances, and we provide monthly wellness plans. Let's start your family journey to a healthier, happier life. Schedule your appointment today, and remember, true wealth begins with good health.